Of all places, I was on Sky News this morning. I know. This is like a never event, but when they're discussing the Princess of Wales and the rest of the royal family, they are not, they're kind of humane, I would say. Not kind of, they are humane. It's only when they discuss Meghan that things change. So, and also they are, part of the crowd with the royal family. So I figure, they have some insights. Anyway, so someone wrote a piece today on Sky News: conspiracy theories surrounding Kate won't force William to change his position on privacy. I thought, wow, okay. Old news, we've heard that before. But it's by who? Rhiannon Mills, royal correspondent at Sky Rhiannon. And yeah, Rihanna had she dropped. Rihanna dropped a very, very interesting piece of information. But she dropped it. It's kind of like you make a sandwich, right? Or even a salad if you want to know the truth. You have all these amazing ingredients in it, normal ingredients that always goes into a sandwich or into a salad. But then you drop this one little thing in it that you can't really, really even see or notice, but it's in the salad, it's in the sandwich, but you don't, if you blink, you miss it. If you blink, you don't even taste it. If you blink, you don't even know that it's there. But she said something very, very interesting. I want to read a part of what she said after the jump. Let's see here. So she said that, okay, let's read it. Let's read in part. So, for a woman we haven't actually seen since Christmas, an awful lot has been written about the Princess of Wales this week. That's true. In fact, you could say the questions and conspiracy theories about Kate and her health have gotten out of control. I mean, that's a debate. I was told this week that it's too early to say exactly when we're going to see her again. That's interesting, right? That's an interesting nugget. She's in the know. We were specifically told she'll be back for Easter, right? And now you're telling me on Monday the 24th of, oh, no, today's Monday the 4th of March 2024, that it's too early to say exactly when we're going to see her again. Excuse me. That's an interesting nugget. So there were two interesting nuggets in this piece. So should we read anything into that? I'm told a firm no. Okay. So Rihanna goes on. The prince and princess and their team at Kensington Palace are sticking to the line they put out in January. She has had abdominal surgery and won't be back to public engagements until after Easter. The rumor mill was set off by William's decision not to attend a memorial service in Windsor on Tuesday for unknown personal reasons, even though the palace has insisted the princess is still recovering well. Okay. But the prince's decision and the lack of explanation for it has exposed how high risk their strategy of keeping quiet is. A vacuum of information is quickly filling by rumor and speculation. I agree with her so far, right? So far, so good. But here's what she said that was so very interesting. I want to get to that point because I don't want to read this whole um, thing for you. But she said something very interesting that was just totally effed up. Like you don't even understand how effed up that was. That was not a part of the overall news coverage until now. She said, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? I've missed it. I have to go back up. She said something very, very interesting about William's physical condition that now I think adds fuel to the fire in terms of questions about how much does he know about the death of his cousin. She said something totally shocking. Um, where is it? Maybe I imagined it. I must have imagined it. That's possible. I could have imagined it. I could have imagined it. She said, voila. She said, former Palace Communications Secretary Elsa Anderson said the intense interest in the royals isn't new. She had dozens of phone calls when Prince William attended an engagement with a plaster on his hand. Oh, okay, actually, maybe that's not such a big thing, because the question is, when did he appear with a plaster on his hand? Because she is a former palace communication secretary. So she threw that in there to confuse people. I think that was a piece of red meat, because if you don't read closely, you would run away with this. But in fact, it's not what I originally thought. I thought it was a current communication secretary. No, it's a former palace communication secretary, Elsa Anderson, who said that intense interest in the royals isn't new. She had dozens of phone calls when Prince Philip, oh, it's Prince Philip, it's not even Prince William, attended an engagement with a plaster on his hand. Oh, that's a bomber. That's a bomber. That's a bomber. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess the most interesting thing she said was that we don't know for sure when Kate will be back. We can't really say for sure exactly when we're ever going to see Kate again. All right, well, so that's it. How incredibly let down. I know, I'm sorry. I thought I read something else. I've been busy working like crazy on something else, and then I quickly came over to see what's new, and then I quickly read that and I jumped on. But it's always good to double check, right? To see. So she's not saying that William showed up to an engagement with a plaster on his hand now. She said Prince Philip showed up, and that could have been, 55 years ago for all we know. I don't know why the hell she brought that up. Anyway, my darlings, so we have no idea when we will see Kate again. So there you go.